What a day. What a day. Charity shop trip number 2 of 2023. And it does appear kind of done all right again, to be honest. Here's what we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags full of goodies. So what I thought I'd do again is take you through what I picked up. Total spent today was £205 exactly. Let's get into it then and see what that converts into as far as listing value goes. Bag number 1. Nice quilted jacket from Adidas, ING brand on the top. Big spell out on the back. This looks like it hasn't been worn at all. It's in really good nick. There is a tag, a charity shop tag on it, but I think I paid a £5 for that. The price isn't actually on it. Size is large, a man's jacket as well. Pretty consistent sellers jackets like this, particularly in this condition. So a listing value on that one of 30 quid. £7 paid for this Anthony Morato jacket. I think that might be a woman's jacket actually, going off the style of it. Again, brilliant condition. The shops that I've been going into lately have been really attentive of the stuff they've been putting out. So yeah, definitely going to go with a women's jacket on this. Like I say, £7 paid. Size on this is a medium. Anthony Morato is a brand that I'm familiar with. I've picked up a couple of things by Anthony Morato in the past. It's not exactly high end, but certainly a decent, good quality brand. Similar valuation actually to the Adidas jacket, and listing value on that is £35. Next bag. Country wear gilets or body warmers, whatever you want to call them. I've had brilliant success over the winter, in fact throughout the year, but particularly over the winter for this style of gilet. This particular one is Regatta, nice bread and butter kind of brand. As long as it's decent quality and this style, it should sell. Some of the leather shooting gilets go for crazy money. I've got £50, £60 for the leather ones, the heavy leather ones before. This particular one will have a listing value of £16. This really nice ladies waterproof coat now from Jules. Jules, good quality high street brand to be watching out for. This particular jacket, listing value on that £30. It's men's medium jacket from Muddy Fox. I'm taking a bit of a punt on this because I can't really find much in the way of comps for it. But if you remember me saying a couple, maybe 2 or 3 videos back about this style of jacket, like the Keeffe racer kind of style, they're really strong sellers. The jacket that I mentioned in that video is sold already for what I said it would sell for. So, and even though there's no precedent for this jacket, Muddy Fox is a well-known brand, and the style of this jacket is what will sell it. It's difficult for me to price because of the lack of evidence, and I'm going to be conservative with a listing value of £30. I think that would go for more. I'm going to do a little bit more digging prior to listing, but to save £30 listing that. Quarter zip waterproof jacket from Regatta now. UK size large, I'd say that was a men's. This kind of garment this time of year, brilliant news. Not spectacular value again, but good solid sellers and a reasonably fast flip. So listing value on that £20. This jacket is really nice feel, nice quality. It's a soft shell jacket from Mountain Warehouse, full zip with a hood. Mountain Warehouse along with Regatta, pretty much on a par as far as desirability of brand goes. But the condition of this and the style and the feel of it, great quality item. I think this will do really well. I'm going to put a listing value on that one of £25. It's a long sleeve shirt. I was going to say polo shirt, but it's not polo shirt material. It's more of a shirt kind of top. This is a Hugo Boss in immaculate condition. I've calmed down picking stuff like this up really because there's not really much margin in it. Last couple of Hugo Boss long sleeve shirts I've picked up have been going for around about the £10 to £12 mark. I mean, obviously it's a well-known and popular brand, but it very much depends on what you're selling within that brand. But this top is a little bit different, so I think this will affect me a little bit more, probably not too much. So I'm going to put a listing value of £15 on that one. I really love this shirt from Joe Brown's. There's just something about it. My size as well. It may stay in my wardrobe for a while, this shirt. Not that I wear a right lot of shirts, to be fair. Plenty of precedent for long sleeve shirts of this brand. This is very much more standouty, and because of the availability of high quality long sleeve shirts on eBay, it really is the ones that are eye-catching that fetch the higher premium. They stand out. That's the simple rule of thumb. So this particular shirt that doesn't have a price tag on it, not quite sure. I wouldn't have paid any more than sort of like £4 for this. Listing value on this, £25. Now, I suppose this kind of makes me a bit of a hypocrite because the next 3 items are long sleeve shirts. This one requires more investigation. I picked it up because of the brand, Dolce & Gabbana. It feels great quality. Doesn't mean to say it's genuine, so I will do some more digging on this. But for what I paid for it, it was worth picking it up to do some research. Now, I may be being a little bit optimistic pre-research, but I'm going to assume because of the quality feel of this that it is genuine. That's backed up by the area that the charity shop that was located in. It was quite an affluent area, so it's ticking a couple of boxes there already. So I'm going to assume for the video that it is genuine and put a listing value of £30 on it. The next shirt is an absolute, I've no question at all that this is genuine. It's a Paul Smith long sleeve shirt. Really stand out again. The comps for Paul Smith shirts are quite all over the place, but I think items like this, because they don't take up much room, I don't mind it being in stock a little bit longer than usual. When I say usual, I like to flip things within sort of like a maximum of 3 to 4 months. This may be hanging around for a little longer, but like I say, because it doesn't take up much room, it's no harm, no foul. Listing value I'm going to put this shirt is £25. And the next shirt again is Paul Smith, short sleeve this time. Nice retro look to this. It looks like my nan's old tablecloth, but retro is very big. This is certainly a retro shirt. Probably not as high a value on this, and again, likely to hang around for a little while. So I'm going to put a listing value of £15 on that one. An often overlooked brand, but it is really good quality gear. Crag Hoppers, brand synonymous with hiking wear, country wear. This is a mid-layer fleece. It feels absolutely glorious, really soft, quite a thin fleece, but obviously an ideal mid-layer for hiking. Everything I've ever sold with Crag Hoppers has turned over pretty quickly. Not exactly staggering money, but decent margin compared to what I've been paying for it. This particular top, I paid a £5 for it, and it will have a listing value of £20. And the other item in that bag. Now, the lovely ladies in this shop actually threw this in for free because I spotted some damage on it. It's really obvious damage, to be fair, but I still think there's value in this. It's a really nice quilted waterproof coat from Fred Perry. There's no damage on it per se, but on the side, I'm not sure if this is going to pick up on camera. So on the side by the left hip pocket, there would have been a vinyl, huge vinyl logo. It's stripped back and all that's left is the resin from the vinyl. The shape's still there. I think it looks really cool as it is, to be honest. Because it's not as it was originally, obviously that's going to affect the price. Because Fred Perry's a well-known, well-loved brand, there's still value in this. I'd say that's a size medium, possibly a lady's jacket. So I'm going to put a listing value of £12 on that, and I think that'll absolutely fly at that. Really, really, really nice quality feel fleece top from Trespass. This is a women's size large. Paid £6 for this. Listing value I'm going to put on that is £20. Now, I did actually look at this coat the last time I was in that shop, and I passed it by because it's a River Island, size is size 12. It's a faux leather, faux suede and faux fur jacket. The reason I left it is because generally speaking I won't touch a River Island brand. It's a bit too high streety. I'm not really bothered if it's high streety or not, to be fair. It's just a case of the brand doesn't really command a great deal of margin, if I'm honest. But this does look a little bit special. It's a really, really nice coat, and I think that'll do very, very well. There's £6.50 I paid for it. We've not a vast amount of evidence to support this valuation. I'm going to put a listing value of £35 on it, and I think the style of it is what's going to sell it. Really, really nice wool blend jumper from North Coast now. North Coast is a brand that Marks & Spencer's stock. I have got a price label on this, £4.50 paid for that. Size medium. Really, really good nick, and I think the style's really cool as well. Now, if you check comps for North Coast men's jumpers, the comps are all over the place, but this one, it again is standouty, good style to it. The comps range from sort of like £8 up to £20, but because this is a really nice looking jumper, I'm going to go at the high end of that and stick a listing value of £18 on it. Probably got a little bit carried away on these boots, but they look really cool. These are Clark's women's boots, and I've just noticed that all the value is going to be taken out of them because in the toe it. It's a hole just there. So I'm not going to list those, but I do think it's important to fess up to the fails. This really, really nice winter coat from Barbour. Women's size 14, belted. So this is a Barbour Belton coat. Good way of checking if any Barbour jackets are genuine is in the pockets you'll have a tag with a reference number that relates to that coat as well, so you can cross-reference it online. Bit scatty the comps on this, ranging from 35 to 90 pound. Not much in the way of comps though, and usually that's a good thing with Barbour coats because it can mean they're just a little bit harder to get hold of. It's got a really cool style. I think this will do very, very well. So I'm going to put a listing value of £50 on it. One of my more regular bread and butter pickups, a nice Clarks men's shoes, good condition, nice style. Listing value I'm going to put on those is £22. Brand spanking new jumper now from James Pringle. It's a men's size medium. Listing value on that one, £17. Went into autopilot on this one. I shouldn't have picked it up. It does feel really good quality. It's a James Pringle long sleeve shirt again. I paid £4 for it. I'll be lucky for this to meet my £10 criteria. So I'm going to put a listing value of £10 on it, but I may end up reducing this just to trade it away. I shouldn't have picked this one up. So James Pringle long sleeve shirts. They don't meet muster for me. Now this lady's wax jacket from Indigo is, I wouldn't normally pick up any items by Indigo, but wax jackets have always been really good sellers for me, regardless of brand. And this one's got a really nice style to it as well. I think that'll sell very, very well. I'm going to put a listing value of £25 on that. It is one of those items I've just got a good feeling about because I haven't proven this to myself in the past. Comps do support it, but only quite loosely. Another bread and butter pickup, nice pair of classic Vans trainers. Listing value on those, £18. This gorgeous feel coat jacket from Winsmore. Tag on it says I paid £6 for it. Winsmore's a really good quality brand, but it's quite long tail. They do sell, and they do sell for reasonably decent money, but expect to be sitting on the brand for a little while, waiting for the right buyer. Good looking jacket nonetheless. Listing value on that, £25. More hiking wear, another ladies waterproof hiking jacket from a Regatta. A little bit thicker than the last one. The listing value I'm going to put on that is £20. Last item out of this bag, I think it's another one. Yeah, it's just the same jacket in different colours. So listing value again on that, £20. I think whoever dropped off to that particular charity shop over the last week is a big fan of James Pringle. The same as I said of the other items for James Pringle really. This is probably more of an exception to the rule. It's a size medium men's heavy fleece. This is a lined fleece, really good quality country wear. For this type of item, country wear is really good keywords to be using in the titles. This one will sell better than the shirts and the jumper I've mentioned previously, so I'm going to put a listing value of £20 on that one. Nice Clarks shoes, women's, very, very comfortable. I think they're ugly, but I think they'll hit the mark with somebody out there. Listing value on those, £16. Now on the subjects of ugly, these are bloody minging. I want to say deck shoes because of the style of the soles. They look unworn. They've still got fresh labels inside. I tend to find though with gold and silver shoes, they sell really well. Historically, I've sold quite a few pairs of women's brogues, gold and silver, this sort of like colour. I think they used to dance maybe, something like that. I haven't been able to approve these at all, but because they are new, there's no two ways about it, these are new shoes, and because they're very eye-catching, I've really got to feel, my spidey sense is tingling about these, and because of that I'm going to put a listing value of £20 on them. Keep track of my Insta and I will update about these shoes when they sell. This is stuff that I really love selling. These are nice men's boots from Clarks. Pretty good nick, obviously worn, but there's no damage and no staining, no scuffing. It's just sort of like the toe bends that are obvious. Always finding boots are fetching a higher premium for me than shoes. So the listing value I'm going to put on these is £25. Now these were a steal. These are brand spanking new trainers in black from Skechers. And because they're new, I'm going to put a listing value of £35 on these. On a par with Clarks for me is the Hotter brand of shoes. These women's brogues, only quite slight signs of wear really, certainly in very, very good nick. Listing value I'm going to put on these is £22. And the very last bag, more jackets and coats. Quilted jacket from Regatta now. This is in absolutely split mint condition. The tag says I paid £7 for it and it's a size 18, and the listing value on that, £20. Because I have very good relationships with my local charity shops, every now and again I'll get a message on WhatsApp for items that have come into stock that they think I might be interested in. Obviously I'm always happy to hear from them. Most of the time it's not something I'll be interested in, but they're making the effort anyway. So obviously they think I'm lovely, and that's because I am. Pretty standard pickup for me actually, sheepskins, and this ticks a lot of boxes for me. It's made in England, the brand is Moorlands, velour lambskin, very good quality. It does have a mark on the front. I'm not going to get this dry clean though. I will list this as is and mention the fact that it could do with a dry clean. It doesn't generally affect the price too much, I've found, because I think with vintage items like this, people are very forgiving of stuff like that, and they appreciate the fact that not everybody's up for getting them dry cleaned, and I'm certainly not. It's definitely a women's coat, but annoyingly I'm not finding a size. Like I say, style wise it's ticking a lot of boxes, so I'm going to stick my neck out on a listing value on this and put £60 on it. Generally speaking, for more bog standard sheepskin coats I'm getting around the £35 to £45 mark, and I find also sheepskins with external seams, I'm stating the obvious here, but it's where the seams appear to be on the outside of the jacket rather than the inside. Captain Obvious! They tend to fetch a higher premium, and sometimes an exceptionally higher premium. I don't fear any competition from anybody else jumping on the sheepskin bandwagon either, because the market's vast, there's a lot of desire out there for them, and they're often overlooked, so you can have that for free. Last item now, these really nice, I thought they were jeans at first, but they're cargo pants. I'd never seen cargo pants by Thomas Burberry before. I paid £6 for them. They are in immaculate condition. They don't appear to have been worn at all. Now, if you want to see an item where the comps for them are absolutely all over the place, this is the item to look at. Now, I found comps for these trousers ranging from £25 to £100 and everywhere in between. But as cash flow is king at this time of year, I'm going to be hedging my bets. I'll put a listing value of £30 on them. I can't see them hanging around long at that, but obviously time will tell. So another marvellous trip around the charity shops today. Very happy with that result. I think going forward into the year, this type of item is stuff that I really don't want to be bogging myself down getting mountains of it in. But because it's a winter, and obviously because the boot sales aren't running, beggars really can't be choosers. I'm still trying to go for the best possible quality I can, but because of the nature of how my brain works, I really would like to have more diversity in the items that I'm picking up. Whether that be toys, electricals, ornaments, vintage items, across the board. I like to go as broad as humanly possible on the items I pick up. But I'll settle for these pickups at this time of year. Like I said in the last video though, if you think I've been overly generous with the evaluations I put on these items, then let me know. If you think I've undervalued them, let me know. Feedback is absolutely golden from you guys, and you know how much I love it. Definitely back out of the boot sales this weekend. We are off. It's not really the start of the season just yet, but if you look hard enough, there are boot sales out there that you can be hitting. A great source of information for finding boot sales in your area is the Facebook group Car Boot Finder UK. I'll stick a link in the description of this video if I remember. If reselling is your thing, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, helps the reach. And until next time, my friends, thank you very much indeed for watching. I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. Catch you soon.